a National Democratic Congress. Ever since a National Democratic Congress by almost shedenya let me put it this way, a Congress a presidential candidate. Ye sheda panya competitive Congress a presidential candidate, because in 1992 President Jerry John Rawlings went unopposed in 1992. It was held at Jubilee, Victoria Park in the Cape Coast. I was there myself. I was so young. That time I was school. Now we're young. And yes, we went there. No money. I remember vividly. So President Rawlings had popular acclamation, and I say unopposed in 1996, because that time it didn't make sense. Obama, the sitting president, contesting, so he went unopposed. So in 1998, and a President Rawlings Obeko in 2000, 98 na say omukokoyi flag bearer, and omuko swedro for Congress. Then President Rawlings epeja atamel sensa and was say this is me double or so many mikoha when entwaso. Remember the Swedro declaration? That was how it happened. Okay, so the Swedro declaration came, and President Mills went ahead to contest in the 2000 elections. A lot of people ejai day Emma Guzitano Kokote no Hokoto form a National Reform Party any idea. Okay. Then because of the Swedro declaration, which the NDC thought that it created problems for them, and it, in the year 2002, NDC went to Congress, because at that time, so I say in 2002, according to NDC constitution, Article 42 says more opposition, about 2 years before the general election. So more abemwa, about a year before the general election. By the year 2002, no, Satamna NDC opposition. So they voted Ekochusu, a flag bearer, 2 years before 2004 election, and Atamels won. Okay, so this is how Atamels won in the year 2002 election. Rawlings' machination was still there. Atamels contested with Kwesi Botwe at that time, and it was some way. It was some way, because Kwesi Botwe at that time that way I didn't know kwakoto abana ese so show me we say when out to abana na say eni kwase when out to abana so mo koye sa de no e ma Mr. Kwesi Botwe eluzi. Kwesi Botwe is a former your friend say finance minister. In fact, Dr. Kwesi Botwe was a former finance minister. Onokwa, yes, former finance minister, contested at Tamils, but how now Rawlings Moya at that time no funders bench. Yeah, from a funders bench, terrorizing people and here and there. So Kwesi Botwe lost. Atamis contested in 2004 and Obada, so 2004 he lost again. But President Rawlings insisted that we should still use Atamis in 2008 election. But there was a your first Congress. There was a presidential Congress. Omokoye. That was a 2006. So the 2006 Omokoye Idianan Ekobi was a Kwesi Botwe went again. A couple of others, yes, other President Mills. But at that time, since no movie say ya turn President Mills from the year 2000, 1998 to 2000. It makes sense that we choose somebody that they have been marketed for 2008 to 2000, 1998 to 2006. Yes, it was about 8 years. Say you're marketing the panel for 8 years. So now it makes sense say your best society panel. That's it. So Atamis won, and Rawlings gave him his blessing, and he went ahead to win the election in 2008. So election 2008, Atamis he kicked the bucket in 2012, and Atamis Ashrenkwa. Okay, so Ashrenkwa, President Mahama sworn in as a president because he was the vice president then. All right, so 2012 when President Mahama won the election, Yebeko 2016 elections, Nesenka you contested President Mahama, but President Mahama went unopposed. Somebody wanted to contest, but almost discouraging that in the because now it makes sense to say obi oye certain president ebe contesting. So there was no any competitive EBR. Was a popular acclamation. Then President Mahama lost 2016. So 2020 election, they had to do your friend say they had to do a Congress in 2018. Sorry, over 2018. So the 2018 we had Kojo Bonsu. Who else? Kojo Bonsu. Alhaji Iddrisu, and on and on and on and on. And President Mahama won. But at that time, when I'm saying that President Mahama, so Omar turned from 2008 as a vice president. No, I be a president for 4 years at that time. No, my sign. I told one no yase obesisa President Mahama. So he won last night overwhelmingly, but 98% of the votes now echo President Mahama. Hopes about 92%. He won 92%. About Babin, no, can who be the current Speaker of Parliament. Okay, so President Mahama won in 2018 primaries and contested 2020 and lost to Nana Akufo-Addo. So when they were coming again, a lot of people popped up to contest President Mahama again because they thought, say, no, Ghanaians are fed up with President Mahama because President Mahama 2008, 2012, marketing Wababe president, marketing 2016 when Timia Wini, some another opportunity 2020 when Timia Wini, a didn't see 2024. So 2020 when they want to that Congress, President Mahama won again. You understand? Because now it doesn't make sense at that time. Say, Obia, what contest be that? Our experience obesisa any panel. So, Ushoma, President Mahama won it and went ahead to win 2024 elections. And you did Ushoma, for the first time, a NDC, a Congress without a certain president. And that's what called Congress to say 1998. And Kombenya that Congress no munyano 1998 dibino I acquire Swedwe declaration. This is how competition in I say ebebesisia. So that is that. NDC first time NDC benya an open Congress, open presidential Congress. Manipulation every obia honoma. Bien slow bia. Yes, you bien fair, you say no fear or favor. Fair. Yeah, that is that. So that is that. Sir, who replaces President Mahama? And no nekwa kofa asema basisia. Say that whole come earlier, baby. So that is that. I don't come on, baby. You can see these three personalities. Now, I'll tell you something about it, but let's start the journey quickly. So we start from Honorable Ato Forson. All right. Let's start from Ato Forson. Okay, no. Ato Forson solo photo. Let's start from Honorable Ato Forson solo photo from Ato Forson. Okay. Okay, so if it's okay, so this is Ato Forson. All right, the current finance minister. Papa will say, Obai, in fact, honestly speaking, we share the finance now, he has really done well. To say the BIA canon, the statistics need data and the year. Ato Forson, finance minister, na experience kakao because Ato Forson di kan ababeye ranking member of finance and was ababeye a minority leader at that time in opposition. Etina President Mahama Sufi said, oh, Debbie, Ato Forson was once a deputy finance minister and your co-opposition. It's your co-opposition, you know. There's Ato Forson, ababeye ranking member of finance. It will be always such an experience, you know. I shouldn't change that person and go for any other person to become a finance minister. So he affirms say Ato Forson should be the finance minister. Okay, so the beya obe meeting there now because he has experience. Okay, so Ato Forson by you see a GDP, you know, a CD by $100 billion. Okay, your foreign reserves now were 10 billion as of November 2024. November 2024, ne 10 billion, and ne about 13 billion. Inflation a drop of about single digit, and ne exchange rate from 14.7. Now exchange rate is now 11 cities or something. They are doing well. Oh no. Fuel prices now see an eba from there. So they think that Ato Forson is doing good, but there's something that Ato Forson I introduce you. Ewo namamu. Just for fiscal discipline, say on pese sika ebe flow gidi on pese obo sika basa. So according to Ato Forson, they have engineered something called a commitment authorization. That commitment authorization Ato Forson diabana. This is the meaning. We a minister, let's say ebia ye pese de ebia afibia no ya allocate sika e de akọ account. It be a 5 Ghana cedis and afinimu ni no. Yede bo ministry no eho ban e yede bobo eho bra but yem physically na nkonkoto account to say the tetene na ye no first part na ye no debi and then sa commitment authorization na aba no ato force no be chiche sikanim so o chiche sikanim a your first quarter, second quarter, third and fourth quarter and no that is that next akwakoye 12 months enti the commitment authorization ye the first quarter sikane de mawa eno kwa no wunyi tumi so obekwa akoyi sika no animanimu na se ye de sika na to account no se system na o ma draw no se ato force no release sika na amount our commitment authorization mu na you cannot even go and take a dime from that money though the money meant for the ministry but while we minister no kwa no you dare not untimi nkonko yi sika no because okwa enye ye okwa untimi access no wayi tie ato force no ma green light before you can go and take it per what sade na odi aba no according to ato force no chese wo ye sade no se de be ya fiscal discipline se de be ya Ghana yesi kasemu no ye misuse yesi kasem basabasa ne sa no na but people also think that the man engineered that se odi ye no huye because ebasa no a ema ministers ni bebrebe omo ho kire omo because minister bi wo ho no ma wa kofa investors di aba he needs money for investors afei ye twi sika dia kana akoto na account okope sika no a che okohu ato force ende wachina nyabotere twen kakransa ebasa no a ema investors ni because ebasa na ma o plan na essay. So some of the ministers are complaining bitterly. Not only the ministers, some of the appointees, they are complaining bitterly that that commitment authorization, it is killing them. And when they come home, Kwame Agbaja, you remember Kwame Agbaja's so sourcing about us here, issue by 100 and something so sourcing that he did. And you know the day that I was sat down, I was churching me, and the people say, oh, okay. So it means that you cannot blame Kwame Agbaja for that because that commitment authorization, so I need so sourcing now, it cannot do a single road. You wouldn't get contractors to do a single road. So this thing is seriously killing some of the works Emma ministers. And some people think that, okay, ebasa no ebeka kofa corruption ediaba because ministers ni bi wo ho parent we ka so ato release mami o de member this percentage release mami ebeka kofa problem ediaba any corruption diaba ebetimi abidi corruption etene wo ye ministry na so pese wo ye employment kwara o fan kofo e wo adwuma ma se bia health minister pese of finance for o pese ye yi twesi katum so ya no financial clearance. Even the financial clearance na barikwan is still koto the commitment authorization na frustration ni ade etu ono no betimi aka say ato force no betimi aka say okay me bia ade ne jama mo nya sika de akwa yes no but this employment na akwa ma me nipa 10 obetimi ni wan negotiate sade no. You understand? So it's seriously killing some of the ministers and of course the appointees. Now this is where the problem because of the NDC flag bearer race na abano. Flag bearership race na abano. People think say Atufosini is using capitalizing on it that commitment authorization to sabotage some of the ministers, and I say some of the ministers are more contest to replace President John Dramani Mahama because Atufosini also has an ambition to contest. So if you are a minister and you are competing with Atufosini, let's say you rather do something because what is going on, I'm not saying it, but people are saying that they think Atufosini is sabotaging some of the ministers. Okay, so let's start from here. Haruna Iddrisu and Atufosini. Okay, Haruna Iddrisu and Atufosini. Okay, so this is a Haruna Iddrisu, the current education minister, and Atufosini, the finance minister. All right, so this is the problem. Haruna Iddrisu, from day one, Obianim say Haruna Iddrisu wanted to contest as a flag bearer, but later no, Haruna Iddrisu he reasoned that it would be very difficult for NDC to vote for another Northerner, not a general election, but an NDC voting for another Northerner after President Mahama. It would be very difficult. So at a point, Haruna Iddrisu was not looked like or interested in contesting that flag bearer race. No? That is that. Until something happened because he was doing agenda for Naana Opoku-Agyemang. I'll show you the reason why I'm saying that. He was doing agenda for Naana Opoku-Agyemang because no was looking for a running mate, and he clashed with Okujetua Ablaka on this. Okay, so Haruna was doing that, was not much interested in the flag bearership until something happened. I will tell you what happened until something happened, and Kofo post on the bio, and we say Haruna Bebe that first. Then Haruna became a threat to some of the ministers, and I say some of the Kofo or more contested. So Haruna came to the picture. Haruna came to the picture out of frustration. You remember teacher phobia yenti for the past 18 months. Omo Pekete Haruna Iddrisu in the office. And he told them that, look, go to the finance ministry. Don't come here, go to the finance ministry. Why I said Haruna Iddrisu would tell them to go to the finance ministry? I said, no, go to the finance ministry. They are the people, finance minister, go to the finance minister. Because we don't do it this way. Because when we say cabinet a team, you understand? A problem bar, all sector problem bar, all the problem. You own the problem. You don't direct them to go somewhere. If you do direct them to go somewhere, means that you are not a team player. So issue the bar. No, what only issue? Then you micromanage it. No, I catch you and say, oh, Mr. Amo, when you say I buy here, buy a home, what they say, say, you know, for Kasa, finance minister, and obey religious card work a Kasa. But you told them to go to the finance ministry. I'm not the one supposed to pay you. Go to the finance ministry. What is he come on me? I'm about to tell your mama first to go there. That's why Haruna told them, because he said that out of frustration. Now let's read what the 18 months for the other barrier. Teacher for CM form about 7,000 teachers. Backlog is about 80,000 nurses. Teachers are about to fear. So that nurses need 80,000, but some of the teachers need to fear. Say I buy a form. So tell me, these are unpaid teachers arrears. Buy. Asama Haruna Iddrisu told teachers ni any or say, I know a lot of teachers are not happy with government and the education ministry, but I am not the approval authority. I need clearance from the finance ministry. So he thinks that the finance ministry should help you to pay them. You understand? Baby and you cause for Kasa was oh, Ubekane say, oh, Munya Botre, Abai, Yesha Noma, and finance minister, BB say, what is it? Kababa, Munya Botre, yeah, cabinet, you do come on, make Kaise, maybe Kwana, finance minister, crack, say, ye pesika, ye dibe finances, ye pesika, ye dibe triabo kamiade, you own the problem, but you don't say that you are waiting for an approval. Yes, that is how it's supposed to be as an honest person. But as a team player, if you say that, it means that out of frustration, he thinks that he being sabotaged. Let's read it again. I know a lot of teachers are not happy with government and the education ministry. Not happy with the government and education ministry. When you're happy with the government and education ministry. But I'm not the ministry, okay, but I am not the approval authority. I need clearance from the finance minister. So he's telling you that problems nearby. A finance minister they create problem at the money. You know the money was there. So release the money for me to relay to the teachers. So frustration that a man, such an honest man, there's a competition. So Haruna think that okay, a Biana presidency the Kabubi. Because it is a fact. But I didn't come on. Any ministers didn't come on. MPs. Seven prediasa. The Nyame dia no. Nyame opportunities or Nyame. Sa opportunities ni bina. Yebi yenya. Yenya yakonya. Nyame adomarakwa. Any ministers didn't come on. Any MPs didn't come on. Any appointees. Ahimfa kukuda paramount chiefs. Akesie kukuda. Any didn't come on. Sometimes when they shared with you some movie. Can reduce Ghana bebo. I'm telling you. So Haruna Iddrisu, people think that Haruna Iddrisu is being sabotaged by Atofos. Now listen. Remember when Haruna was named as a education minister? Alote Jacobs took it to his Facebook wall and was say President Mahama strategically placed Haruna Iddrisu our side ministry say just to destroy Haruna Iddrisu na ambition to become a president, because Obe used the education sector no, to frustrate Haruna Iddrisu to make him unpopular. So if Sikano Ho release it na young teacher for Canada social wa and sabotage. Sikano Ho release it near fanfa teacher for Koya Juma and Kolana Abuse School in Sawanya and sabotage. That is how what people are saying within the NDC. That's why people are saying within the fraternity. People are saying that there has been a sabotage. Some of the appointees are being sabotaged, especially those who want to contest, have the ambition to replace President Mahama. So Atufosi should play his cards well, because some of the appointees are obviously some sabotage. And after that, Atufosi Koko Winia. Problem that bad, because they will gang against him. Okay, so let's move on. Let's see Professor Nana Opoku-Agyemang. All right. Let's see Professor Nana Opoku-Agyemang. Okay, so this is another one. Professor Nana Opoku-Agyemang is the Vice President of Ghana, the first female Vice Chancellor, as also President Mahama Nakasan NSA appointed. Okay, so this woman contested with President Mahama 2020 elections, and President Mahama gave her an encore. And now, official, may a mama opportunity, Bima, SMS new opportunity. Then she gave another opportunity to this woman. And now, in the 2024 Omarili. So she's the first female vice president at this country. Yeah. Okay, so this is the issue. Professor Nana Opoku-Agyemang, tell me baby, flag vice president. People saw presidency in her. Yes, they saw something in Professor Nana Opoku-Agyemang that this woman, I fear that she will replace President Mahama. Because in the NDC, Rollins gave the baton to Atamils, who was the vice president. Atamils gave the baton to President Mahama, who was also a vice president. So it's likely that Nana Opoku-Agyemang can also be a channel to replace President Mahama. So that trend, because it is a piece of information per the NDC or more trend, that is the information so this woman became the number one contender of the election as a flag bearer, and as will be replacing President John Dramani Mahama. Okay, so these are some of the things that happened after last year, some of the things that happened. Let's see some of the photos that came out when Nana Opoku-Agyemang and Kofor who say who the presidency. Let's see some of the photos of Nana Opoku-Agyemang. Yes, all these photos popped up. Or say the time is now. Professor Nana Opoku-Agyemang, Ghana's first female VIP, next to lead. Or say next to lead. So the future of Ghana. Any blah 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 blah. So these things about Bontin now over the social media, normal flooding some of the NDC platforms. And the team no more send the bank of phone there. And we saw some of the opinion polls. Nana Opoku-Agyemang was leading. Hey, we sat down with Global Info Analytics. 10-4 acquire research. A banana no Opoku-Agyemang leading. Global Info Analytics. Ekoye Nana Opoku-Agyemang lead, Feedback Africa, Ekoye Nana Opoku-Agyemang lead. So this thing the press secretary of Nana Opoku-Agyemang also came out in the person of Abba Pratt, the daughter of Kwesi Pratt. Or the press secretary Edma Professor Nana Opoku-Agyemang also came out to say something. Let's read what yes. Or say Nana Jane Opoku-Agyemang for president, the question mark. He said that Ghana is ready for a first female president. So where am I practically? And man, we say, I don't know. Now, always speedy up. Normal speedy up. I say, after President Mahama, normal was pointing and to Nana Opoku-Agyemang say, definitely she will replace President Mahama as a vice president because of the information. The trend information of National Democratic Congress that will be of the president, the vice continues. So that is that. Then And Haruna Iddrisu at that time me catch us say Haruna Iddrisu initially me say what Jenny said no Debbie say President Mahama Kwa or not na say NDC for besa to Obama and not na to lead them, that would be a problem. So he started doing agenda for Naana Opoku-Agyemang so that Ebia he can get the running mate. You know. So this is what Haruna Iddrisu, the education minister, said Friday, 26 December 2025. On occasion, he said that I have confidence that Vice President Naana Opoku-Agyemang can lead Ghana as president if presented as candidate for 2028. So, women in ko ba ye nya dia. Eti na say, po bi bebiano. Naana Opoku-Agyemang was leading. Professor Naana Opoku-Agyemang was in the comfortable lead. Ofa krom na busan ko for ye your ba president and say, hey, any ade na ko for kasa until the woman fell sick. Bring his picture. Bring her picture. Ena Naana Opoku-Agyemang koyare. So may they cast some keke, yes. So the woman fell sick, sent to abroad, spent some time in abroad. When she came back, there was a problem. Problem, they say it reversed the popularity to lead the party in 2028. It reversed that appetite and then go forward for a female female president. Because you remember, people don't want to see what happened to Atamils. People don't want to see what happened to Pakwesi and Mr. Atta. Omunina a vice president to pay. And Atamils became president. You understand? Died in the office. And President Mahama was preparing to give Pakwesi and Mr. Atta another opportunity. And he died. So if a vice president, some way to say fena yam ko say no ma me say be producer say ase wanyini enti ma me ni wanyini nti be ya yan drop no ne ho kra dodo no so e ma na no Opoku-Agyemang dropped so e ma who say post afena e bani na ma me no drop it okay. So now Professor Naana Opoku-Agyemang after say no ho to the wie no or start adwuma proper no she has decided to revive the euphoria again. She had decided to do something senior beya when she took a lead, Obesa recapture the first spot. That's why I say this. Go today, every fashion piano on the maniko do baby, she does something that people will discuss her. Some of the videos, what this video? I'm going to what okay, so you see, we said here, Professor Naana Opoku-Agyemang, where you flood in the ACL, the regional minister, Madam Oklu, Kono Odimubi. Now, on what Chanoma, on one affected a victim, so on one the no more money a day. Yes, the vice president to be but they're different. On one on one cast the personal money given to some people near day. Nana say, okay, your baby, okay, you use the helicopter to go. You see, she want to subject herself, not young canasem. You understand? And only a boy man is side pejana. What this video when occur? What this video?
Hello.
So that is that. Yeah, it's like who say we Ashanti region or Opoku-Agyemang. Very good. Also Opoku-Agyemang no agogo mine the 40 days or something. Bet me you see a replay to Kumasi, then we drive to Agogo. A few kilometers there the night walk, but he decided to use helicopter just to create so everywhere Naana is there, everywhere the vice president is there, everywhere the vice president is there. Now this is the problem. Now let's come back to the problem. The problem now with Atoforcing. Listen, upon doing this, no, you remember. Mameka say message. Somebody was parliament. Oko parliament. There are two Fante caucus. Fante caucus in parliament. Your Fante caucus one. The Fante caucus the muache and the majority of the Fante caucus they are supporting an Opoku-Agyemang. And one of the Fante caucus or your member of parliament and war Fante that is the central region. I don't want to mention the name. With dimu power parliament, with dimu ye power parliament, or a lot of committees. So, in fact, our public accounts committees. So. And that man is saying that look, there's an attempt to sabotage Naana Opoku-Agyemang. What attempt? Remember Commander Sugar Factory. The Commander Sugar Factory, President Mahama decided to build Commander Sugar Factory in the way back when NPP came. Almost try say they revived the Commander Sugar Factory back and forth, and Alan Chamatin was sabotaged by Kenoforiata because of the presidential whatever. That's why we were told that Alan Chamatin was sabotaged because Otimi your Commander Sugar Factory na ebia a honorable super vote ni ade blah 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 blah. I'm not interested in that. But the Commander Sugar Factory, Alan Chamatin entimian yet to say na esenko omoye no. Remember when NDC were coming to power? Obu you Commander Sugar Factory at the year propaganda. And that's all campaign. Let me put it this way. Obu the year campaign. We better revive Commander Sugar Factory. You might be PNC better revive NDC for or this NPP former who say I said no strong blah blah yeah. And remember this woman is also from Commander. Akatechi. Naana Opoku-Agyemang is from Commander. So Commander no free and one vow said, no, be a free commander. No. If I don't revive the Commander Sugar Factory, let's be free Bemua. There's no way that people will trust me. Microbe for Kramikwa, Obechiabakakadu, because I'm a microbe. So I have to revive the Commander Sugar Factory, especially whereby ye campaign see a better revival. So this is the Commander Sugar Factory. The Naana Opoku-Agyemang, we are told that she has tried her best to revive the Commander Sugar Factory, but Atoforcing is not releasing the money. According to that MP. So when you go to Parliament today, the Fante caucus or the Central Regional caucus now in Parliament, and watch it too. Majority of them supporting Naana Opoku-Agyemang. And according to that MP that told us that they are sabotaging Naana Opoku-Agyemang. They don't want Naana Opoku-Agyemang to revive the Commander Sugar Factory. Now, Embe Canada so that Obetimi Sweep vote in the Central Region. I'm telling you, this is a real fact. So the woman is frustrated. That's why I'm saying that. Look, Atoforcing should play his cards well because Obi or person or contesting every place President Mahama. The local mistake, let's say, would deprive the pair or the best show. So where is the money? And the Commander Sugar Factory, you can see a revival now. It shouldn't be an 5 months issue, and a 6 months issue. It's about 18 months. So the woman want to revive the Commander Sugar Factory, Sugar Factory there, when we pay. Near the Akako to Aba, one to me and your shake. I didn't want to clone the SS of you. I didn't want to clone the SS to be found. But the money is not coming, and they think that Atoforcing is doing that to Naana Opoku-Agyemang. This is very serious. Nini who's to replace President John Dramani Mahama? That is that. Okay, so let's go to the third one. And the NDC, the other time I told you, the NDC, this presidential race. So I'm managing here, I'm telling you, NPP for the no. Because if care is not taken, how and normal I take it say gangsterism ebem and first say so mo gangitia we sabotage beba and some people want me for someone check when me say you want 10 elections ya sabotage e we obetimi a stretch that sabotage no e dey akọ the general election. It doesn't care. You know we say me found your control position. I don't care. They will sabotage you. So you have to play your cards well so that people would tag you as a saboteur. Let's move on to Honorable Eric Opoku. Now another brutal one. Mr. Dadamede, I don't know last. You will now the problem between the Ministry of Food and Agriculture and the Finance Ministry. This is the problem. This is the Honorable Eric Opoku. Papa will say, Mama Kasaman Shop. One call a prime minister. Ever since I be a member of parliament, on call prime minister. Okay, so he is the current food and agriculture minister. Let me put it in way agric ministry. Okay, so he's the minister for agric. All right, now where are we now?
92.9.
Okay, so this man is the first person, first NDC appointee, and as a minister, within common radio soa, we share a creating impression man confirm we say or no, he's ready to contest. That can no be a slow, be a person because at that time then confirm the President Mahama Sanko Tetem. He started the whole thing. A man confirm so no President Mahama should on Kobe ni so copy sefer. When you come sefer can interview, and one say no. Kwame, I grow the minimum se me ko focus me kwa today, me kwa support, me kwa contest. This week, over the weekend, Osako Asempa FM, Osako Kosher side in the weekend. But the first one did happen in 2025. In 2025, Okasa then the posters started about Bonte, and you know print you the people that love this man. When you go to his constituency, who could fear? Di people could fear, who could fear Kumasi, ni people could fear, who could fear one craha, is the go ni people could fear, who could the ministry honor, ni people go to consulting room, and nobody done their business. So people are coming to encourage him to contest. But on plenty cast yes, no, a planning answering, and I haven't taken that decision yet. See some of the posters that came. Ever since that he went to Peace FM, Kase say me agronomy say basa me go for Kase me contest. And people started flooding the social media with this Eric Opoku for president 2028. Do you have another one? Okay, so this another one. A chance. In fact, the first one Anamon. Hey, remember this guy Anamon? No NPP no by NDC. Oh yeah, musician or to Kumasi. Oh no, they send him with that. You say, hey, Charlie, Papa, when you pass your dinner, but I'm so sorry. Yeah, that one, you know. So, Honorable Eric Opoku for President, National Democratic Congress 2028. So, these are some of the you posters that ever abundant. Okay, so it looks like at the point it became threat to some people. Okay, now let's see Eric Opoku Atoforsen and Honorable Ampium Esujama, Member of Parliament, doubles as a Deputy Minister for Finance. That problem in medical culture will say, a commitment authorization issue. No, I created a lot of mess and a lot of issues, and there are some of the ministers they be any other. Now, at the first in the deputy, there's an honorable Ampem. Naana sometimes in a confusing pakakra. Yes, honorable even say yes. Thomas Nyako Ampim, a Sujama member of parliament. Ono say a finance minister. That papa pay kukudim kobo. Hello, kudim kobo no say. Oma release sika e dia ma agric ministry. Na agric ministry no, afimuni ni na no sika se kwa agric ministry no. Oma release mu set to 1.6 billion Ghana cedis, which represent about 85% of sika se e ma agric ministry no. Okasa said not honorable Eric Opoku to, but he did not utter a word. The Eric Opoku came echoing. Okoyena, a release came out. Said no, Papa, na some no can and credit. You haven't released such money at your mommy because your crown We've been pressuring you. We've been giving you pressure to release our money. What for my head and I quite baby say, and I will release this as he can add your mommy. Then this man called Honorable Eric Opoku to apologize. I'm telling you, the problem Abbas is here and make a show. Okay. Let's see Honorable Eric Opoku on an account and not render. Let's see the account of Honorable Eric Opoku. Then it's my time, my goodness, my time. Okay. I say the ministry listed allocation for key programs as follows. Okay, no, let's do the other one first. Let's do the other one first before this one. Let's go to the other one. Okay, so this is the first one. Okay. Only have to force the banter. I say the budget allocation for war year no 3.08 billion. And when there's a ministry no at the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. Sika se ko hodi na but ye fa sika ni na nkonko to account mu. Ye yi sika no in trenches kakra batches na eba. So every quarter. So the first quarter no sika the core ministry na account ye 454 million Ghana cedis. Okay. Then the second quarter 453 million Ghana cedis. Oya the total na 907 million Ghana cedis. But the Ministry of Finance no claim say Obama Honorable Rikopoku 1.67 billion. Difference near 763 million. And Rikopoku said no. You haven't sent me such money because we need money to buy more food for food security. And we are for day and no buy a bar as a sea cocoto. Ya catch them with yes, come from my yen. And to see can almost some of their man. Much baby account no baby a modi says cocoto. Up to now, the ministry is yet to tell us where they have sent that money to. Insisting that they have paid 1.6 billion. Eric Opoku is telling you that no, so Eric Opoku, as a good minister, was able to render account to this nation. Now let's read the account that Eric Opoku okay, let's read the account. I say the ministry listed for key programs as follows: Farmer Service Center, 172.5 billion. Nkokwa Ketenkiti program, 36.75 million. Fertilizer and certified seed, 77.3 million. Feed Ghana program, 4.5 million. National Food Buffer Store Company, 30 million. Even that time, that one, they needed 100 million. Almost the coin answer when they came back to the ministry, they said, more money. Near Fankoto and not buying because and no money and no money essay ni Antonio from the Guano ministry need to me releases Sika and Famomo. When I tell me so and we 30 million and say irrigation infrastructure 26.25 million. So I read the account and during the finance ministry they say come and tell us account to come with this says Sika no koto and yebe corner kwa first. You get me? Buffer stock, Bibiama. So this man, as a clean minister, was able to render account to this nation. But the finance ministry are yet to respond to Honorable Eric Opoku's claims. It means that something wrong somewhere. This man is a clean person. And yesterday, who called social media, who called radio, television, every single soul was fighting for this man because they know that problem, commitment authorization, is creating problems. And these are some of the problems I can was. Seriously creating problems. Now, bring your photos. Okay. Yes, it creating problems. Why problems? People think that somehow, because of the presidency, who replaces President Mahama and a sabotage Abem. Why sabotage? How and why Atofose can sabotage Eric Opoku? This is a Feedback Africa for Bl00dy. Ending of 2025, the Feedback Africa led by Professor Sbat Sapon and some professors and feedback both all over the country was asking people the performance of President Mohammed's first term, the ministers in the first term. So Feedback Africa was able to tell us Eric Opoku was the best minister of the year. Okay, so if Eric Opoku was the best minister of the year, then Atofose is the second best Minister of the Year. It means that say na ye kwa pe bibia. Oh, me a best minister. I'm ahead of you. I'm ahead of you. Since I'm ahead of you, no, ebemba akataporto me ahead of you when we are talking about the flag bearers. So this when it stands until 20 December and a for the but until then, no, the best minister now is Eric Opoku. According to the Feedback Africa. So people think that okay, if a woman in Naana will be Eric Opoku is putting threats. So hence that sabotage.
92.9.
People are saying using the word sabotage. I'm not using it sabotage because there's a race at stake. Now let's move to the Feedback Africa. The Feedback Africa also did this presidential survey, so who is to replace President Mahama. And this is what the Feedback Africa was able to tell us. Hostel professors and the Beckers as we say, let's watch the Feedback Africa, what they said. Okay, so this is the Aspirant Outlook Report, April 2026. That was the last 2 months. All right. So design and scope, the whole Ghana, 8 regions randomly selected, 100 constituencies randomly selected, 2,350 communities visited, period 14 to 19th April 2026, and over the year. Sample size near 6,735 sample size. And general public versus NDC delegate preference. Nipa Omo prefers to lead the National Democratic Congress, and the NDC delegates are more enthusiastic of the contest compared to the general public. The NDC delegates, more say they are much into the who becomes the next flag bearer than the general public. The general public, they start thinking about it and go and vote. So on the graph will be about and what are the potential presidential aspirants NDC April 2026. Okay, so let's see the other one. And this is what the professors were telling us. Now, this is what they say. I see the findings too. At the point of equivalent effectiveness, only Honorable Eric Opoku, General Sebin Ketia, and Mr. Julius Debra might be key contenders for the race. And he brought their pictures here that at the point of equivalent effectiveness, only Honorable Eric Opoku, General Sebin Ketia, and Mr. Julius Debra might be key contenders for the race. So, Eric Opoku supporters and Ghanaians and some of the delegates and were NDC faithful are saying that okay, they could be at forcing things that Eric Opoku is putting threats. Eric Opoku is giving them a very good run of their money. That is why that's the problem, where the problem is. So let's create impression because when the catcher me say what Tracy can your mommy. I won't Tracy come from mommy. Do you know what you are creating? Remember the contractors are making a semi-2 they will come for me. That but no mistake so a basanwa you are sending message to them, then it will dent my image and to block my future possibilities as far as this presidential race is concerned. So Eric Opoku has to speak because according to the Feedback Africa, they are saying that Eric Opoku, Sedwin Ketia, and Julius Debra are the main contenders. They are main contenders. Then you go to the social media and say, oh, Eric Opoku leading or leading in Naana is because of fertilizers. That's fertilizer. President Mahama said fertilizer and he's giving fertilizers to Equiafo. And for the fertilizer, the Bemana, the Duman Confo who say, oh, yeah, Dumapa or contact people now. So be it. It is part of the game. So people who are saying that Eric Opoku and leading Feedback Africa for research, because of the fertilizer, yes, it's part of the game. And the fertilizer on fan command nurse for, on fan command teacher for, on fan command fitter for, on the command care for some family. Let's move to the another one before we go. Let's move to the another one. Okay, so we also told that the NIB BNI early this year, the BNI and the NIB decided to do some posts. So they wanted to do a survey for the whole Ghana. This is the Ghana map. So, also baby a wire in Naana, white and ash now. They are yet to go there. But baby a hono I say in Naana places where they have already gone. Okay, so this is the issue. The BNI and I say NIB Obakobuno Ahafo, Obakobuno, Obako Ahafo, Obakobuno East, Obako Ashanti region, Obako Western North, Obako Western region, Obako Eastern region, and the Greater Accra. When they came to Greater Accra, Eric Opoku was not much in the picture. And I'm told that all the aspirants, Eric Opoku was trading now or battered UK. Eric Opoku leading Western region. It's Eric Opoku is leading Western North, Ahafo, Bono, and Ashanti region. Why? Western, this is where the cocoa for the fertilizer near Equiafon into because of the fertilizer. Eric Opoku are leading here, and Yamwa and Ahafo. This is where Eric Opoku the constituency war. And remember that Eric Opoku has never gone to a primaries, encore primaries that ever since it will join on the constituency where they go to another constituency to support some candidate. So it's also very popular. Some constituencies, no, to Ahafo now. Eric Opoku is very popular. Ahafo. And he has also been the regional minister. Bono Ahafo Pen. So they know him in this enclave. I'm telling you by fact. And the Eric Opoku has also been Ashanti regional minister now. And the Kiafoto to Ashanti region. And most of them are also NDC delegates. So if they say that Eric Opoku is leading these regions except Eastern and Greater Accra, I will understand this. And I can tell you that these are also what they become one. This man is putting threats. Eric Opoku is giving them a competition. The reason a beer san woman in our so the competition a be butu. I'm telling you, Atofosi should play his cards well. Because you can get people to do posts. Atofosi is leading in parliament, they will do agenda for you near day. But make sure that you don't deprive the people that you think say obviously they are in competition with you. If you do that and you hide behind this commitment authorization thing, I'm telling you, they come for you. They will come for you. It will create a lot of problems for you. A big one, and you say, "Oh, person sabotage or more." A piano, what you will say, "Oh, my mental transfer kakra, sikano, you kwase kwa wanti bebre, fiscal discipline, you kwase the discipline in your foot to say the be and kofu be ye no." A piano boss sikano ho ba, but we are sergeant now we create a problem somewhere. 92.9. Your time now, so I have to go. But before I make last 2 weeks na me wo me call me chance me share me video bi last 2 weeks na me wo takwa me call takwa me ko bogo so takwa de Pristia na me do takwa when I was going to Pristia utu takwa kwan na obe branch de akọ Pristia kwan no Pristia bogo so kwan no na wo kọ no yetu na immigration fo bi ejina ye. But before there was a traffic, no more cars. So there was this immigration officer, who said, or check will be. And what I'm a fan phone, so let me video him saying, in case what Jessica back. So at that minute, let's watch that video and come back. Let's watch that video. Watch this video. Let's watch. Yeah, this is the video. So that the person is just afraid what this is can patch. Let me try. I think maybe I am so no. One this guy. No one this guy. So a guy, I don't know where was telling me say, oh, honorable Ziga, Unye, say, how do you just how do you know? They are working. Now ube tomwa. Omemo who say Ghana mraye juma. They are seriously working. I say, and I adopt my heart for them. And I received from and I started asking them questions when they saw me. Hey, Ziga, and I'm saying, why lucky? I go for my take care of the night, bomb my basso, somewhere here, do my papa. Now, more continue, now, good job. So, one of them gave me the name, Padino, when your friend, or ACI Peter or say, a Takwa Sector Command. And I'm saying, Papa, remember within our Kesben TV, now conform, we say, we here, do my papa. And then they be the negative side, your baba can't was them. The other time I call all night. It's so giddy. When I reach somewhere, we say police for be jina me say yeah pastor it's so tall no mu jina barrier say papa me ko on my physical do I say buton ka mamu bi pa because enkofo ada kofo no omo yire no omo ma da wo jina ha wo ja yire no ma ho guarantee. You understand all these things you who I see back. So these guys have really done well. So ACI Peter Osei Ntorkwa sector command, I dock my hat for you. Say, I greet you. You are very, very good. You are doing a very great job. Feedback, me ya wo checks efa oh no mo to nuane ne yi ni na Ntorkwa phone ni na presenters I no mo come say no sanko phone here. Wo trouble bribe they will arrest you. They are seriously working. So I'm urging the interior minister to check Ntorkwa phones if there should be an elevation or promotion and encouragement there. He should go there and do it. Okay.